morning, everybody. Today, for programming class, you are going to be taking what you learned about the basic syntax of JavaScript and then applying that and adding a new skill using something called arguments. So right now, you've learned how to punctuate, right? And then you have these commands that are available to you, like hero dot move up, and the up has a capital U, so that capital U is part of syntax. And then at the end of the line, there's the open and close parentheses, and then a semicolon. And you might have been wondering, you might not have been wondering, but you might have been wondering what could go inside of those parentheses. Well, what can go inside of those parentheses is something called an argument. So right now, up to this point, we've been telling the hero to move up, move up, move up, and move left, move down, move down. But instead of having to say move up, move up, move up, you can imagine that a programmer with a really long, complicated program would get really tired of writing the command to move up constantly. And in order to solve that problem, they use an argument. So inside those parentheses, we put the number of times that we want to move up, or the number of increments. So in this case, you can say move up, open parentheses, 2, close parentheses, semicolon, and then your hero would move over or move up 2 spots instead of just having to move up the 1. So you can save, it saves time for the coder. It's less repetitive and things like that. And also, there's less chance for a code error. If there's fewer lines of code, there's fewer opportunities for you to make a mistake, fewer bugs and things like that. So in order to encourage you to use the arguments, now you could leave out the arguments entirely, but there are things that are going to happen in the next level. The next level is called enemy mine, and it's level 4, and there's 3 parts to enemy mine. So there's things that you have to avoid, and there's obstacles, there's other guards that you have to avoid, and there's booby traps that you have to trip and things like that. So in order to do that, you have to use arguments. So what you want to remember is try to use the least number of lines of code as you can. Coders always try to achieve their goal in the fewest lines of code possible, for that very reason of the more lines of code you have, first, the more complicated it is, but also the more opportunities there are for errors. And so we're trying to keep our code simple and elegant by using all the tools that are available to us. So you want to every time you can use an argument to make your hero go farther, you want to use that argument. So let me show you how that works. You could see we're getting more and more relaxed and how well I prepare myself for these videos. Normally I like do my hair and makeup, jewelry and whatever, but it's late, so I'm just going to get started. Okay, so we're going to start the level. I had turned off all the music and stuff like that. So it's going to show you a little animation. Okay, so we're going to try to cross. The fire traps are those little gold and blue items. We want to avoid all of those. I mean, you can always have fun and see what happens if you hit one. You shouldn't be afraid to make a mistake. So sometimes it's fun to make a mistake just to see what will happen. Go ahead and kill your hero if you want to. It's not going to take away any points from you. You're welcome to blow him up if you want to, just to see what happens. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start here. It says hero move right. So you can see right here in this line of code, inside the parentheses, you have your argument here. So it says use arguments with move statements to move farther. So if I wanted to, I could write a comment here, and remember the comments are the computer's not gonna read those. So so I'm gonna say my hero is gonna move right 3 spaces. Okay, and then on the next line of code, let's see, we want to move him up. So we're going to do hero, move up. And if we move up more than 1, if you see here, if we move up more than 1, he's going to go into the fire traps. We just want to move up 1. You can see there's this little medallion there. You're going to go from medallion to medallion to medallion to medallion and over here. Okay, So you don't have an opportunity to use an argument here. This is kind of a just an opportunity to remind you of your syntax. One space, and then we're going to do the same thing. Hero, move right, open, closed. Oh, can you see that mistake that I made? I put a colon there. So if I go like this and I put a colon by mistake, you can see this unexpected token, and it's saying unexpected token colon, and that colon is unexpected. So we should read those error messages from the compiler, that's called compiler, and pay attention to them. And they're just trying to tell us that there's an error in our syntax. I can keep doing comments here. Doing comments is good practice. Actually, it says move right 3, move up 1, move right 1 space, and then we can go down 1, 2, 3 spaces, right? So we're going to do a hero. Did I press the run button? I didn't mean to. Move down. And then inside the parentheses, I put my argument. How many do I want to move? Hero, move down 3 spaces. Now, I am not going to take credit off if you do not do your comments, but if you want to be a real programmer, put some comments in there later on in computer science. I will be requiring you to write comments the way that I am writing the comments. And then we move where we're moving right. Right? I'm not gonna give it all away. Anyway, we've got one more to do, so you can see I'm gonna run what I have. Okay, the other thing is there's this ogre in the lower right-hand corner, and if I go too slow, he is going to find me. So I did not complete my goals of getting the gem. Let's see what happens if I move down 4. Let's just see. Let's blow myself up. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Explosion. I did not avoid the fire traps. So if I need to restart, I can click restart and it will clear all of my code like that. Reload all. Oh, look at all that. I can also look at my hints, move right, because you can use arguments to optimize your code. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show you, so you can, okay. Yeah. So in a couple of lessons, you'll get some other ways you can use arguments. Okay, so they don't know when we start attacking ogres and things like that. So your assignment is to do all of Enemy Mine and the concept challenge in Enemy Mine on level 4. So it goes 4A, 4B, and then level 4 concept challenge. And remember, in the concept challenges, they do not show you the hints and things like that. So I just want to show you what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing Enemy Mine, Illusory Interruption, Forgetful Gem, Smith, and Concept Challenge. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is what I see in my dashboard, just so you guys understand what I'm looking for. Okay, so first of all, I want to make sure that you're achieving your goals the way the computer, there's lots of ways that you can achieve the goal with code that doesn't actually achieve the ultimate goal. Like you use too many commands, you're not using arguments, you're using 12 lines of code in a way that you could have used 4 lines of code. So the computer will show me that. So let me just show you. I'll show you what I see. So I see student progress. It shows me the farthest that you've gone. It shows me course project. It's not going to give me a grade for you. This shows me how far my farthest students have gone. Okay, we have a couple people that are skipping ahead. I don't recommend it, but you can. So we see, sorry, Alex, you're doing great. So that's why I'm pulling you up. And then we see Anna O'Neill here too. So that means that Alex had finished level 3B and he's started level 4, like he started it. I can actually click on anything. He hasn't done this level, so I can show you. So let's see. Well, I can click to view the student code. I can see the lines of code that you've written. We're loading. Maybe I'll be able to see the lines of code. Anyway, just so you know, I can see everything that you're writing, and whether it's going to match up or not. Clearly, there's some data that's loading here. I can see also if you've completed the assessments. The assessments are those concept challenge levels. So there's still a number of you guys who have not finished that basic syntax challenge level. It's called concept challenge careful steps. So make sure that you do that basic syntax concept challenge. That is an assessment. So I will be giving you points for completing that assessment. So make sure you don't skip that. You can always go back to it in the map. The next one is the concept challenge called long steps, which is the one where you use the arguments. And then the one level 5 is where we start using, we're going to be using more arguments, and then we start using strings. And then in the combo concept challenge, which is further along in levels, we're going to be putting all this basic syntax, arguments, and strings all together before we start doing while loops, which are like repeats and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you are too. Okay, if you have any questions, drop in from 10 to 10:20 on my Google Hangout. You can take a look in Power School. I've graded a bunch of your stuff. If you have questions, please let me know. Please drop in. I miss you guys so much. I'd love to say hello. Take care. Bye.